Okay, take a look at my slide. I want you to think about this. Okay, can see my slides, right? I want you to think about this. Okay, take a while to think about this. I think for humans, we are quite familiar, right now. Cells become tissue then come together to give us the organ. And then a few organs actually form the organ system. Okay, so for the human beings, easy. But for plant, do you know what are the various organs in plants? Right? Type into the chat so I can see while we are waiting. Jude is here. Okay, Jude, I have a question which is shown on the screen already. I want you to take time, okay, maybe a couple of minutes, think about it, and then give me your answer. Meanwhile, I'm going to take the attendance. Kiran, can you turn on the camera? Okay, I see some of you typing in. All right. So you write down the organ, and then you also need to tell me that particular organ that you're talking about, what kind of function does it have? Or what function does it play? Okay. Yep, I'm seeing the answers. Gazi, is it? Right, okay. I just asked them this question, right? So you think about it also for this topic. We are actually doing the topic on cells. So we learn about cells forming tissues and then different tissues forming the organ, all right? And many organs come together to form the organ system. Okay, and then we have many organ system, like for example, the human body, okay, it forms our organism like us, okay? So for plants, how about the plant organs? What are they and what are their function? Any idea? Okay. You can find this in your textbook, 1B, chapter 6, right? Chapter 6. Okay. Now I have all the questions, or sorry, all the answers coming in now. Okay. Now, majority of you are telling me about 3 parts, right? Or shall I say 3 organs? Actually, I only see 1 for your answer. Okay. Kiran, good. You have already answered. All right. So, okay, Alak says leaves for photosynthesis, and that's what many of you said also. Then for the roots, right? Okay, so the first organ we talk about, let's say the leaf, okay, is for photosynthesis. That is its function. And then the next one, talk about roots. Roots actually serve to take in water and minerals from the soil so that the water and minerals can go to all other parts of the plant. Stem, okay, the third organ, support the plant. Yep. Okay, so it allows the plant to stand upright. Okay, good. Wow. Chile. Did you copy it from somewhere? I saw your smile. Okay, I understand. Okay, right. Jude also type in now. Now, so Ghazi, you have not learned this topic in school yet. 88 tuition is fast. You're very new, right? Did you come for a trial lesson? Didn't. You sign up immediately. Okay, so what you need to do is you have to re-watch our tutorials. It's all recorded. Okay, and then you need to read out on your textbook, look through the e-learning videos also, then you will follow better. Otherwise, you will struggle. Like what I'm going to go through today, you might struggle also. But good thing is in primary school, you did study a little bit about cells in P5. Okay, so good. I'm seeing all your answers coming in. Yeah, but all of you are talking about the roots, right? And stem and leaf, 3 of them. Now, Enlak did mention about another one. Okay, Enlak mentioned one more. Yeah. Okay, actually 2 more. Okay, but Enlak, you got it a little bit mixed up. Okay, actually, can you tell me something about other parts? Anyone knows another part or another organ? Enlak, you don't respond first, huh? Okay, because I can see your responses, but I need the rest of them to think. I know in your book, probably you only see these 3. And even if you, let's say you Google, right, they will say that there are just 3 main organs in the plants, right? And then we talk about the roots, the stem, and the leaves. Okay, Harvard, you just join us. Okay, I started off the lesson with this only. Okay, so I threw this question to them. I asked them to think about it and give me the responses. Okay, so good to think about this as well, Harvard, because a lot of times you will probably be thinking, you heard what I said to them, right? So they only think about 3 main parts because very smart. Oh, we should Google. It's fine. It's okay you Google, but you have to Google and find out the right information. Now, Kiran, if you are going to type in that, I'm going to ask you back the same question. What is that? If you don't know and you want to put your answer in, okay, then I'll be asking you back, what is that? Right? So it's better that you know what you want to type in. Don't just lift it off from the internet. Okay, important, Kiran. Okay, Chloe, good. That's the one. Can you tell me the function? What is the function of this thing that you talk about, this organ?
Reproduction.
Okay, reproduction. So we talk about, let me just write. Okay, I just suddenly thought about this at 7:23. Okay, so I quickly type it in. I didn't even prepare any notes here for this part. So if we talk about the plant organs, there are actually a few. So we start off with the roots, right? And then we can also have the stem. We have the leaves. Okay, then I told you, you actually do have other parts also, other organs. We talk about flowers. So what is actually important about flowers?
I just saw this thing. I just went online and searched. You see, the 4 main organs also have something called the FU, which I don't know what it is.
I know. 4 main organs. 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 4 ma Okay, when you spell out the letters, it sounds so vulgar.
I
Cannot.
know.
Yeah.
I know, but then just say
I was
like, it's like the letter F and the letter U.
Yeah, I understand. So if you don't know what is that, then don't put it down. If you know what is that, then you put it down. Okay, there's no need to go into that actually. So we have flowers. Okay, Unluck, you have one more, right? Unluck. What is the last one?
The seeds and the spores, the fruits, the whatever.
The fruits actually. Okay, we talk about the fruits, right? So if you want to talk about the spores, also can, because that is for non-flowering plants. Okay, so that is another organ, is for reproduction. Now, in this particular case, right, you can say that fruits is actually classified as an organ that contains the seed. But where did it come from? Remember, where did the fruit come from?
Flower.
The flower. Okay, so in fact, flowers contain the reproductive system. Okay, it's the reproductive system, right? So Chloe, when you say reproduction is right, that's the function, right? And then after all the, fertilization, after pollination, then fertilization, fruits are formed, right? So fruits actually evolved from flowers. It is still an organ, okay, but we cannot say that, I wouldn't totally say it's wrong to say it's for reproduction, because it's the seeds, right? Yeah, the seeds will actually grow into a new plant. Okay, but to be very exact, this is the reproductive system. All right, so we call these an organ that contains seeds. Okay, these are extra. You never see this inside your book, right? So you can copy down. Okay, so the rest of the functions, you have gotten it correct. Okay, like leaves is actually for the, Zixuan also talk about leaves also allow the plant to respire. It's true. It contains the stomata, right? Okay, so not just for photosynthesis, also for respiration. Then the stem is to allow the plant to stand upright.
And to connect the parts.
Yes, to connect the various parts as well. And then the roots serves to take the water. Then that's not just the main function. It also anchor the plant in the ground, remember? So there are actually a few things that you can talk about for these different organs. Now, then in a plant, later on, I have a question, or I shouldn't say I have a question. I have a concern with one question. We will go through that later. Okay, can I move on to the next slide now? Can I? So actually, I just wanted to show you this. In fact, I told you you can get the syllabus, your lower secondary science syllabus from the internet. So I just screenshot this page, all right, to show you what is required for this chapter. Learning outcomes, okay? So these are the core ideas that you must have, and then what are the practices, okay, then values, ethics, attitude. That part we can talk about it later. Okay, we talk about, cloning, then we talk about, organ transplant. Yeah, that's the ethics part. So look at the core ideas. So you have to know all these, understanding of functions of different parts of a typical cell. We went through this. So including the nucleus, which contains DNA that's passed down to the next generation. Now, take note here, you only need to know DNA. You don't have to spell out the full name. Okay, don't have to spell it out. Don't need to know the structure, actually. Then you need to have an understanding that typical plant and animal cells are models used to represent their various forms. Okay, then recognize that multicellular organisms, right? We have a lot of different types of cells that are arranged into the tissue, organs, and then eventually form system. Okay, this one, explain the significance of the division of labor at cellular level. Okay, so different types of cells have different function. Red blood cells has its own function, right? Now, muscle cells also another type of function. You have to know this.